Hello all, I am Aarti Sedi, MTech from IIT Kharagpur. I'll be taking your class today and I'll teach the first chapter from your class standard 9th, that is number system. So here in number system, we'll mostly study the first of all types of number system. Right? And then rational and irrational numbers. Rational and irrational numbers. And many more examples on these two topics, right? So mainly, this is the major topics that we'll cover here, okay? So now, here we'll take one example of number line in order to understand it in a better way. So let's say this is a number line, right? So what are the numbers? So let us suppose if I start from 0, right? So where I'll lead here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And I can lead here also, negative side, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, in this way, right? So I can say there are infinitely many numbers on this number line, right? There are infinitely many numbers on this number line, right? So here starts our topic. Now, let us suppose if I start moving from 0, there will be some more numbers that may come in between 0 to 1. That is, in between, just at the midpoint of 0 and 1, I can encounter 1 by 2. In between 0 to 1 by 2, at exactly mid, I'll encounter 1 by 4, right? So in this way, if I will find many types of number, right? So in this way, if I'll proceed and suppose if I'll start collecting some numbers, suppose if I'll collect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to infinite, and suppose if I'll collect 0 also, suppose if I collect some numbers in decimals also, because 1 by 2 can also be written as 0.5, right? 1 by 2 can also be written as 0.5, isn't it? 1 by 4 can also be written as 0.25, isn't it? So here we notice that here in this way, we notice that suppose if I collect this number 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And I can collect in negative side also -1, -2, -3, -4, right? I can collect 0 also, isn't it? So these all numbers which are not in decimals are called as integers, right? So definitions of integer will be, an integer is a colloquially defined as a number that can be written without a fractional component. So what are the fractional components? This is 0.5, right? So this point defines a fraction. That means 0.5 is 1 by 2, right? So it will be called as fraction. Fraction, that means a part, right? So the integers are not a part. That can be, these integers can be said as an absolute number. Okay. Now let's come on here. If suppose I collect it from 0 to 1, if I don't collect negative numbers, I only collect it from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that to infinite, right? So these will called as whole numbers, right? So the whole numbers are the numbers without fractions, and it is a collection of positive integers and zero, right? What are positive integers? Those are not negative, right? And the rest which are in the left side of the number line are called as negative integers, right? So the numbers which are in the right side of the zero line, including zero, right, and are not in fractions, are called as whole number, right? Now, if suppose I collect the numbers, right? I collect the numbers without zero. That means excluding zero. If I collect the numbers like that from 0, 1, 2, 3, and that also absolute numbers, not in fraction, right? So these are called as natural numbers. So what are natural numbers? The numbers which doesn't include zero, right, are called natural numbers. So natural numbers are a part of the number system, including all the positive integers from 1 to infinity. Natural numbers are also called counting numbers because they do not include zero or negative numbers. They are a part of real numbers, including only the positive integers, but not zero, fractions, decimals, and negative numbers, right? So the natural number will start from 1, and that will not be fraction, that will be positive integers, right? So these are natural numbers. So till now, how many types of numbers we have studied? First, I have told you about the integers. What are the integers? These are positive or negative, including zero, then the absolute numbers which are not in fraction. Then we next came on to whole numbers, those numbers which will start from zero and lead on to infinite. Okay, infinite, that means the number which cannot be known, which is not known. We don't know how many numbers we can count, right? So this is infinite. So including zero, it will be a whole number, that but it must not be in fractions. It should be whole number, right? Then we came on to our natural numbers. So that will exclude the zero. Excluding zero and only positive integers will become natural number, right? So let's proceed further. Now we'll come here with the topic rational numbers. What are rational numbers, right? So the numbers, first of all, which are in fraction, we can say, right? So which are in fraction is a term we can use, but it is not actually always said like that. The definition of rational number is a rational number is a type of real numbers which is in the form of p by q, and q is not equal to 0, right? So a rational number is a type of real numbers, right? So we know there are two types of numbers, real numbers and imaginary numbers, that you will learn later in your classes because you're in 9th standard. So real number which are real, right? You can say like that. So a rational number is a type of real number which is in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0. So let's take some example. So here is one example. Suppose if I say 1 by 2, right? So 1 by 2, that means p by q. Here q is not equal to 0. So I can say that 1 by 2 is a rational number. Okay, so let's take 1 by 5 also. 1 by 5, here it can be written in the form p by q, right? So here the 5 is not equal to 0. So that means this our condition is getting fulfilled. So 1 by 5 is also a rational number, right? So next, let's say 2. So here comes a question, is it a rational number? Right? So someone will say, no, it is not in the form of p by q. So it is not a rational number. But suppose if I write it like that, 2 by 1. Here it came in the form of p by q, and q is not equal to 0. So does it satisfy the definition? Yes, it is. It is satisfying the definition. If it is satisfying the definition, then definitely it is a rational number. Now my next question is, 0 a rational number? 0 is a number, definitely. And I can write it in this. I can write it in this way, isn't it? So it can be written in the form of P by Q. And here Q is not equal to 0 in either of these. So I can say it is a rational number. Okay, here comes another question. What if Q is equal to 0? Right? I can write it like that, this also. I can write it like this also. So these numbers are indeterminate. These numbers are indeterminate. So the numbers which are not determined are not rational number. That's why I said that Q is not equal, Q should not be equal to 0 in order to satisfy the definition of rational numbers, right? So let's proceed further. So here comes one example. So let's try to solve this question. The question is, are the following statements true or false? Give reasons for your answer. Okay. So first statement here says that every whole number is a natural number. Every whole number is a natural number. So let's revise the definition again. What are the whole numbers? 0, 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. And what are natural numbers? 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. So he's saying every whole number is a natural number. So whole numbers, that means 0 will include it in it, right? And he's saying every whole number is a natural number. That means it is a whole number. 0 is a whole number, but it is not a natural number. So we cannot say every whole number is a natural number. So it is a false statement, isn't it? He's saying every whole number is a natural number. That means 0 should also be a natural number. If every whole number is a natural number, 0 should also comes under natural number. But it is not true. That means this statement is false. Other than 0, all are natural numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 to infinite, all are natural number. But 0 is not a natural number. That means every whole number is not a natural number. So this statement is false. Okay. So next is second, every integer is a rational number. Every integer is a rational number. Okay. So let's check what are integers. They will be 0, 1, 2, 3 till infinite. And these can be negative also, -1, -2, -3, like that, right? And these are integers. So are they rational numbers also? 3 is a rational number, yeah. 2 is a rational number, yes. 1 is a rational number, yes. Why I'm saying these are all natural numbers? Because somehow they can be written in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0. So I can simply say that these are rational numbers. So yes, this statement is true. Every integer is a rational number. Yes, this statement is true. Every integer is a rational number, but this statement is false. Now let's come on to third part, third sentence. What does he say? Every rational number is an integer. Now it's just opposite of this. Every rational number is an integer. So let's try to write some rational numbers. Okay. So 1 by 2 is a rational number. 1 is a rational number. 2 is a rational number. 1 by 5 is a rational number. These are some of the examples of rational numbers, right? So what are rational numbers? That the numbers which can be written in the form of P by Q, where Q should not be equal to 0. But some of the numbers that I can find that these are rational numbers, but these are not integers. Why? Because these are in the form of fractions. In order to be an integer, it has to be in its absolute form. So that means it is a it is not an integer. So this statement is also false. This statement is also false. Here it is false. Right. So yes, we can say every integer is a rational number, but we cannot say every rational number is an integer. So the counterpart of it is not true. And here every whole number is not a natural number. Okay, this statement is false. Okay, so let's move on to some another examples. Here he is giving one note. There are infinitely many rational numbers between any two given rational numbers. This is true, right? So let's check it out. Suppose if I say there are two numbers, let's say if I take 5 and 10. In between 5 and 10, how many numbers I can write? I can write 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can say 4 numbers I can write in between 5 and 10. Okay. So let's try to write some more numbers in between this 5 and 6 also. Can I write 5.5? Yes. 5.5 comes in between 5 and 6, isn't it? Can I write 5.6? Yes. Okay. Can I write some numbers in between 5 and 5.5 also? Okay. See, I am zooming everything. Okay. If you're not noticing it. So first I took these two numbers and tried to write 4 numbers in between these two. And these all 4 are integers. Then I took these first 2 numbers only. So I am writing here, right? I'm taking these number here only, but writing here so that you can see it properly. So in between this 5 and 6, I have got some more numbers like 5.5, 5.6, 5.4 also I can write, and so many like that. Then I took these two only. See, I'm writing everything here. But in order to be visible, I'm writing it over here. So in between 5 to 5.5, can I write 5.55? No. Can I write 5.54? No. These will be greater than this. So here I can write 5.4, 5.3. But I can write 5.35 also. I can write 5.36 also. So like that, there are infinitely many numbers I can write in between any two rational numbers, right? Likewise, I can write it in this way also. You know, in between 1/2 and 1/5, I can write many numbers, right? How? Suppose if I say, let's try to make this denominator as equal. So will be easy to solve. Suppose if I multiply 5 each side, each these numerator and denominator by 5 here, so it will be 5/10, right? In order to make it 10, let's multiply it by 2 and 2, numerator and denominator. So it will be 2/10, right? So this was first of all 1/2. In order to make the denominator equal, I multiplied this number, both the numerator and denominator, by 5. And I came like this, 5/10. So it was a number 1/5. In order to make the denominator same as this, I multiplied both numerator and denominator of this particular number by 2. So I found this 2/10. So somebody says in between 5/10 and 2/10, try to find some more numbers. So I can easily find it. Can be 3/10, it can be 4/10. If you want to increase, let's increase the denominator. It will be 20. Right? So it will be like this. So let's increase here also some number. So it will be 21, 22, 23, 24 till 50. Right? So in this way, it is getting increase. So in this way, we can write infinitely many numbers in between any two given rational numbers. Okay, so he has given one example. Let's try to solve this example. He's saying find 5 rational number in between 1 and 2. Okay, so let's try this. 1 and 2. He's trying to say that write 5 rational numbers. Okay, okay, so first of all, there are 2 methods. Let's consider method 1. I will write it in this way, a plus b by 2. Okay, so let's say this a and this is b. I can write it in this way, 1 plus 2 by 2. It will be 3 by 2, which will be 1.5, which will come in exactly in mid of these. So now our next part will be, we'll have to take dash. I'm just giving it a notation so that you can understand. So next time, let's take this one as a dash. That means this one is a and this one is b, right? So here after this, I'll get it as 1 plus 1.5 divided by 2. So it will be 2.5 by 2, which will be 1.25. So in between 1 and 1.5, I will find here 1.25. So in this way, same I will do again, a plus b by 2. Here I'll find one number. Then I'll take this as a, this as b. I'll again do a plus b by 2. So this process will be little bit lengthy. So let's try to solve it by some shortcut method. Okay. So here I will take it like this. He said that you need to find 5 rational numbers. So I'll use here one trick. I will take it in this way. I'll add 1 in it. How many numbers, whatever in between he wants, I'll add 1 in it. I'll find it as 6. Now I'll divide this number as 6, each of the number, right? And I'll multiply this also with 6. So I'll get it as 6 by 6 and I'll get it as 12 by 6. So now I can easily write 7 by 6, 8 by 6, 9 by 6, 10 by 6, and 11 by 6. Now count these number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I easily found there are 5 rational numbers in between 1 and 2 by this trick. Okay. So first of all, what you will have to do, let me revise it once again. If we said you need to find 5 rational number in between any of the number, what you will do, first of all, you will add 1 in it, because he has given 5, so I had to add 1. Now the number which you are getting, you'll have to multiply this number with both the numbers and also with numerator and denominator both. So I have to multiply this both number by 6, but not only numerator, denominator also. As there is nothing in the denominator, I'll write it as 1. So once you will solve it, you will get it like this. Now, once you will start writing it in this way, you will get your desired number. Okay. So now let's move on to another example. So this is again a true or false type of question. Here he's saying, first question of his is, every whole number is a natural number. This we have already solved it. Yes. No, every whole number is not a natural number. So this is a false statement, right? Because 0 is a whole number, but it is not a natural number. So every whole number is not a natural number. Next is, every integer is a rational number. Yes, this was correct. This also we have done. And every rational number is an integer. So this was false. This has also we have done. Next is, every natural number is a whole number. Okay, this we have not done. See, natural number, what are natural numbers? These are 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. Okay, 0 is not getting included in it, but the numbers which are here are all whole numbers. So we can say that every natural number is a whole number. So this statement is true. Next is, every integer is a whole number. Every integer is a whole number. So I can write it in this way also, -2, -1, dot, 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 0, 1, 2. So whole numbers will always start from 0, isn't it? Whole number will always start from 0. But integers can be negative also. So we cannot say that integers can also be whole numbers, right? So every integer is a whole number is a false statement. Every integer is a whole number is a false statement. Now, next question is, every rational number is a whole number, right? Every rational number is a whole number. So let's try to find some, try to write some rational numbers. It is 1/2 can also be a rational number, 1/5 can also be a rational number, even 0, 1, 2, all these are all whole numbers. But 1/2 and 1/5 cannot be a whole number. So every rational number is not a whole number. So this statement is also false, right? So in this way, our today's lecture, that was a first exercise, you can say, for NCERT book. You will be able to solve all questions based on this, because the topic covers types of your natural number, your numbers, types of numbers, and rational numbers. So in next class, we'll cover irrational numbers also, the definition of irrational numbers and some more examples. Okay. So thank you so much for today. See you in the next class.